Yeah, Mom, I'm calling you in a minute back. Okay, okay. Give me a moment, okay? I'm calling my friend James, okay? Give me a second. Yo, James, what up? What the f- So, a little recap on what happened in the last update. I made the weather system, I added huge changes to the gun engine, and whatever this is, what the? And as always, we're going to make drastic changes to the game. And before I forget, there's a huge announcement at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. So the first thing I decided to do was to change the logo, because look at this. Would you think this is a good logo for the game? No, me neither. So yeah, let's change it right now. So over here you can see that I went through many different logo designs. The first logo design was basically the same. The other one was a bullet, just a bullet. And the third one, which I landed on, was with a skull. So if you're asking what kind of app I'm using to make these logos, I'm using Turbo Logo and some other app I don't remember. I'm really sorry. And they're really good tools for making logos. I've been using them for quite a long time, and you should check them out. So naturally, what will I add next? If you guessed update the gun engine, you'll be correct. I added new gun models for every single one of the guns that looked outdated, and especially this gun. I would say I went through hell making a new model for this. I'm not joking. But yeah, after that, I simply just made animations, not something that's really hard to make, animations are really easy to make nowadays. So, as you can see, here's the gun model I made, it's slick, it looks really good in my opinion. Let's try the reload animation, wait a minute. It has a lot of bullets, so I'm sorry about it. But yeah, let's reload this gun. Okay, so, what? Okay, well, okay, I think I fixed it, okay. No, what? Guys, I'm flying. No, go back up. So, I think my game's really balanced and, oh, okay, I'm going back into space, God. I think this is a problem. Oh, yeah, so there are some stuff that I don't want to show or can't really show, because some of the things are done with anti-cheat, or some of the things that just add other stuff that I don't know if other people have access to already, because I can just show a huge piece of code and say, oh yeah, by the way, please don't steal it, because in Roblox you can do anything. You just take the code that I made and put it in your own game and get the same result that I got. Okay, so this is me violating this clip. I wanna say that I do not think that I'm the best. Definitely not even close to that. What I'm trying to say is I don't want people to copy-paste my system, put it in their own, and have a huge problem on Roblox, which is just copy-pasting other people's systems and saying, oh yeah, I made it. Of course, as I said in the first episode, I'm using a gun engine that's not made by me, because I don't know how to make a gun engine. And will I learn it at some point? Probably. I will probably learn how to make my own gun engine at some point. But not today, not tomorrow, not anywhere close to the present. So, what I just don't want people to do is copy and pasting stuff and putting into the game, having all the games have the same system and making them individually just boring games. So that's what I want, to flourish innovation. That's it. Back to the video. So here we go. Here's my code. It's blurred and you can't see it really well. And if you're asking how blurred is it, I've seen the videos, you can see through blur, but this is so much blur that I want to just at least that you can't see the code. And there's a lot of new features that I added, like the explosion things for grenades, indoor audio, which is really nice, and also camera sway and other camera things, and camera recoil that I was talking about in the last episode also. So yeah, that's it for the gun thing. Let's move on to the most interesting thing in this devlog. So welcome to the tutorial world. Also, I'm going to play the entire of the tutorial world at the same time, so you can actually see some of the progress, because it's really hard to understand when I'm not showing you anything, so not the white screen anymore. So basically, what I want to achieve with this tutorial world was make a storyline, make it fun, and make the learning entertaining, because As far as I know, I'm not a teacher, but I know how learning feels because I've been a student for 9 years already, plus all of this coding knowledge that I've learned over the years, which is really easy to get. If you're entertained, you will 100% love learning. And there's of course a lot of things that you can learn over base, which is basically gun handling, movement, kill house, like actually clearing a house. That's the basic infantry training I'm giving you. And after that, you get a choice to either go on or not go on. And if you decide to go on, you can go to mortar training, bomb training, and sniper training. And if you're asking, what are these little tape recorders for? While you play these tapes, something happens, or like 90% of the time. But these tapes have two purposes. First of all, for a player to stop and listen to them instead of just moving on, because stuff doesn't happen when you don't listen to the end of the tapes. So yeah, it's kind of a forced system, but let's be completely honest, otherwise you wouldn't even play the tapes. You would just go on your merry way and don't learn specific things about the game, like gun handling mostly. And mortar training is really intensive on talking because you need to know the specifics. So yeah, that's really it. I don't really want to talk about it. It also has a story that I'm not going to spoil, and I'll let you find it out when the game actually releases. So I would love to talk about another topic of the game, but I'm not. I'm a good guy this time. Do you know I'm not gonna do it? Because it's fucking painful to talk about. But yeah, it's to do with the map, and I want to actually finish the map, which I've already did. But you're gonna see it in the next video, because I'm not gonna do it in this video. And also there's some things still to figure out, but it's completely almost done. But yeah, have fun, I guess. So yeah, let's now talk about the cool stuff, the explosives! But yeah, let's talk about the mortar system now. Basically, the mortar system is like any other system, other than it's kind of more complicated. I don't know how I figured this out, by the way. I'm completely like sure I don't know how I figured this out. Honestly, forgot them. But yeah, basically how it works is, let's just say one of your teammates has a GPA rangefinder. I don't know if I'm gonna add it as a utility extra, but if you have a cheapest rangefinder, you can just, let's just say, click on this crane over here. If it detects a solid block, it's gonna give you the range of it. And let's just say, oh, shoot this warehouse instead. 334 stats away, and it's at a 113-degree angle. And this is gonna be only for one team. Let's just say, like, not the feature's not gonna be only for one team. Let's just say you're part of the nationalist team, and you can only see the nationalist one, which I'm still working on, because the UI I'm reloading I'm remaking every single UI in the next update, so stay tuned for that, like actually every single one. And yeah, I'm gonna make a correlation between them. So yeah, let's just, I think this is a reasonable 100 degrees, so move this to 100 degrees exactly. You can't actually like put it in 1-to-1 ratio, but and I think 62 should do it, and it should shoot exactly at that point. Let's see. Yeah. Basically what it is just you have to know the numbers to get the mortar to exactly shoot where you want to. So let's just say it's like 162, it's about 60. If you want to shoot at like 200 and above, it's like 50 something. 50 is like the sharpest angle of attack, and you get the most air out of with it. But yeah, you just have to play around with it. It's in the tutorial world, so you can play around it over there. And yeah, and it's probably gonna be in another feature that I'm gonna add. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's also gonna be in the next episode, hopefully, if I have time. Let's get to the next feature that you all be waiting for, the one that you saw in the intro itself. No, you probably are getting tired of seeing me in this one place, but let me explain. Every single other part of the map is already basically done, and I'm hoping the shadows, or not shadows, the fog is actually like not like spoiling everything too. So yeah, let's actually talk about the explosive system now. This system has a tendency of stopping working every like 20 seconds, so hopefully I can get enough footage. So basically, the landmines, not much explaining over there. When you put down a landmine, you just walk over it and you die. And right now, I'm kind of having a problem. I kind of want to ask you guys, should I include the shovel? Right now, there's a shoveling game, and if you, let's just say, place a mine down, you can also, oh sure, oh sure, you can also put it down. Yeah, and it's really deadly when like mines are. Hold on, it's on fucking cooldown. Fuck you. I hate the giver system. But yeah. Over here, circular IED, so I don't know, I don't remember what it's called anymore. Unidentified explosive device. Or frequency device. Basically, it works on radio frequencies. And it will pop up, what? Oh, why? Like I said, okay, now it pops up. Like I said, the system has a tendency of not working. It's a cool minigame, so now as I'm placing it down, you can take the phone out and call the number. That's what I did in the intro. Yeah, let me call him. And then the sounds. I don't have a sound for that. I should have had like a fuck the doggy, yeah, you know, the one I'm gonna play it right now. But yeah, and there's quick wire and dynamite. Not quick wire, tripwire, goddamn. But dynamite explains itself, it lights itself, and is usually made to disarm IEDs or anti-tank mines, which are over here. M50, not MI15. And M15 are for tank mines. Is that gonna say that I'm gonna add vehicles in this game? Don't tell anybody. But yeah, and also there's anti-personnel mine, which is TM62, and wire cutters, which, if I'm correct, would disable the mines, but there's also another tool for it, which is called the peak stick. It just presses the one and just lets go, or usually just presses it. And the shovel, of course, the explosive ordnance detector, which is just a mine detector in another way. I'm probably gonna have to change the name, because in Google it just fucking said explosive ordnance detector, and was like, okay, yeah, let me just put it in over there. And yeah, I'm gonna not explain the tripwire because it's kind of like self-explanatory. It also can be cut with the wire cutters. But most of the stuff that like to defuse a bomb is just with dynamite. So just pick up like 5 sticks of dynamite with you, and you're good to go. I think that's gonna work. But they have just like 5 sticks of dynamite lying around and just explode every mine you see. The main point of adding explosives like these is to slow the player down. Okay, that sounds really weird. That's it. Just slow the player down. I don't want the player to just move, like cruise through the map. This game is not supposed to be like high physics, sliding down like the fucking street and then just shooting somebody really easily. It's supposed to be built on realism, like exact realism, so that you don't rush in. You just wait. And you don't basically, you don't just go like guns blazing in. You take your time, and every kill is basically just like a reward, more like just like, oh yeah, I just killed somebody. Yeah, that's really easy to do. It also does like an emphasis that you need to take your time. You need to be aware of your surroundings, and especially in town, because I made the town like an actual guerrilla warfare place. I can't show you, but I'm gonna show you the next video. I'm quite excited about it. But yeah, now let's move on to the final segment. The one segment that I said that I'm gonna do a huge announcement in. Let's move on. Okay, boom. We're back in the White Lands. Okay, so the announcement I want to talk about. So, as my game is nearing its completion, I want players to play my game. So, if you're really interested in beta testing my game, you're also being put into the credits. Okay, I'm putting as much credit as possible, because there's no other point to test it if you don't get something from it. And if you're interested, join this Discord link, and I'm out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for putting your eyeballs on my screen, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.